Ah yes, so you remember back in the day when you would kill Aviansies for their adamant bars and their alcohol drops, and it would be like a decent GP an hour for back then? Well, now we've got this disgusting bow which kills everything like 10 bajillion times quicker at like a fraction of the cost that a blowpipe costs. Meaning, if we kill Aviansies in the wilderness, we should get some bonk loot because we'll get more loot because we'll kill them a lot faster, and it costs a lot less because the bow is like really cheap to power. And so as soon as I thought of this idea, I was heckin' interested in finding out the GP an hour, hence that is why I'm doing this video. So yes, we'll be using this bow of absolute decimation for 10 hours to check the monies out because again I am interested. So if you didn't know, let me explain. There's a wilderness God Wars dungeon with a right there, and in that dungeon there are Aviansies, and those Aviansies in that dungeon drop noted adamant bars. But you might be thinking, Jake, you idiot, you've got Fremenic hard diary done, which means the Aviansies in the normal God Wars dungeon also drop me noted adamant bars since I have the diary done. And I would say yes, that is true. But if I use this bow in that God Wars dungeon, it's not very good because it only works in the wilderness, and blowpipe is worse than this bow when using this inside the wilderness. So we're basically only doing it in the wilderness because this bow absolutely tears through everything, and we don't really have to compromise a lot. So for example, if I went to God Wars dungeon, I would be wearing full armadillo, and full armadillo versus black d'hide with this gear setup, and armadillo with this setup is only +6 better than black d'hide for a fraction of the cost and a fraction of the risk. So throw that at the bank, and we have something as God Wars dungeon items so we don't get destroyed, being a Zami Koif and armadillo blessing. And then we have the expensive items, so we got this, the bow, my cape, the anguish, the Pegasians. But what is this? A Din's Bulwark and an imp box. Let me explain. So if PKs rock up, my first instinct should be to hit this teleport really quickly, but it is in 28 wilderness, so I can teleport instantly. But if that doesn't work, then what we do is whip on the Din's Bulwark, use the bow on the imp box, and bam, it goes to your bank. Now this doesn't work if I'm TB'd, but the reason I would bank the bow as soon as I see PKs is because if they do kill me and I do have the bow, not only would I lose my Din's Bulwark or protect item, I would still lose the Din's Bulwark. Oh, I might have to bank my max cap as well because apparently Barrow's Glove protects over it. Anyway, even if you protect the Crawl's bow, you still lose all of the ether inside of it, and I'll probably want to do long trips with the Aviansies, or as long as I need these prayer pots will last. So it will have like a couple thousand ether in it, and I don't want to be losing that every time I die with it. So yes, that's why we have the impeller box. And I did do a test run just to check, and I was there for like 5 minutes or something, and I used up 200 charges on this bow. So each trip I'll have to load this bow with like I said, a couple thousand or a few thousand ether. We'll start off with 50,000 ether plus the 1,000 ether inside the bow to activate it. Hopefully, I'm planning on not dying because I'm imagining no one will be here because of the Revenant update, but we'll see. But first, we dump this loot I got from my practice run. And also another perk of doing the Aviansies in the wilderness is they drop ecumenical keys, which could be out for like 60k. So that's another bunch of monies. In fact, let me remove this ecumenical key, because if you have one in your bank, the drop rate for your next one is lower. So yeah, like I said, they're out for like 60k. So that's like a nice bonus GP now for doing it in the wilderness. And yeah, so we'll be picking up Addy bars, alching the ecumenical keys, alching rune daggers, and picking up the Aviansies head and putting them in the looting bag. So I don't want to risk my soul bearer with all of its charges in it, and there won't be a lot you'll be putting in the looting bag. And before the looting bag fills up, I'll probably run out of prayer pots by then, so then that's when I bank. As for the gear, I've explained everything except this explorer's ring. All it does give an extra prayer bonus, and it also gives free alks, which is nice. So since I'll be alking stuff and potentially banking monies, I'm going to give my cash stack to my defense tank so that it doesn't mix up with my loot. And now let's have a look at these supplies that we're starting with, and bam, we just got that. And it says 50,000, but I already have 1,000 ether in here to like activate the bow. And like I said, each trip I'll start with like 4,000 charges and see how long that lasts. But yeah, I am very interested on the GP now for this. Let's gear up, get the inventory ready, and let's get started. I also forgot to mention I've got these cemetery teleports well, I'll start the timer now, but they teleport you right next to the wilderness God Wars dungeon, like where the Aviansies are, so that's what I'll be using to get there. Now hopefully I won't see any PKs at all, because I'm hoping they're all at Revenants. If we do, I probably don't have enough food. I have like an okay amount of food, and all I have to do is like, I don't know, if I get TB'd I might be screwed, but I can just keep going in and out of the tunnel and hopefully try to escape. Hopefully we'll be fine. Ooh, look at Black Chin Chumper. So yes, let's slap this down the floor, let's go. So the cave's right here, so that's a real nice ouch. That's a real nice starting thing right over here. And also I pray rigor and preserve. I don't really need to pray range because the Aviansies don't hit very often at all, but if they start hitting, then it'll spray range for a little bit. We'll see if anything eventful happens. runs, hopefully not, because I don't want to get attacked, and I will see you after the 10 hours, hopefully. So something that I was sort of struggling with and I've noticed, it's not even 10 minutes in, is after I killed an Aviansie, like, you don't want to really waste any DPS by, like, sitting there doing nothing, by trying to find the next low level Aviansie to attack. So what I've done is I sort of just, like, attack all of them that I can see. So while I'm killing an Aviansie, I'll find the next one and just attack it, just so I can get its aggro, like this one just spawned, and I just attack it so that I'm not wasting DPS at any time, because that's where you're gonna lose a lot of money if you're sitting there not doing damage and like picking up loot rather than attacking an Aviansie. So I just thought I'd say in case you were doing this. So the first trip is over and we got an Aviansie head, nice. I think I got quite unlucky on the Addy bars, but as you can see I only went through one range pot with the preserve on, so we bring in one range pot next time and more prayer pots. Not sure why I'm sitting at 0 prayer points at 10 HP, but let's get out of here. Second trip done. So with that many prayer points, it's like roughly 20 minutes or so per trip-ish. Yeah, that's why I bring out. So I thought I'd be cheeky and I'd go on a trip without bringing out, because I'll just put all the stuff in the bag. But I got myself an ecumenical key. So if you didn't know, if you have an ecumenical key, the chance that you get another one while you still have this one like in your bank or in your inventory is like lowered a bit. So you technically make a little bit less money. But then I'm bringing an extra 2 prayer pots. So I brought another range pot and 1 more prayer pot per trip because I banked my gnats and fire runes, because like everything I pick up can just fit in my bag. But I guess we'll see how this trip goes. Whew, they give me a heart attack. That's the first PKs I've seen since I've been here, and I've been here for 4 hours. Heck, that was scary. Time to hop worlds? I'd just like to update you, there is actually peak American time. I've still only seen 1 peak here, and what I've gone and done. See, there's a level 69 Aviansie, there's a level 69, there's a level 71, like a 79, there's a 71. They usually focus those 3, and then when they're all dead, I just like attack any other Aviansies that I'm always doing DPS. Those ones have the lowest HP, so the easiest to kill, so those are the 3 I kill mostly. And we've got 56 minutes left. So as we can see, the timer has just hit 0 like 3 seconds ago, but I just didn't hit record, so we'll just kill this last level 137 Aviansie. By the way, you should totally not kill this 137 Aviansie. It has like 3 times the HP of the level 69. You should kill the level 69 one, the level 71 one, and like the level 84 one. Then usually, I'm lagging, then usually by the time you kill those 2, the level 69 is spawned back again. Why am I DCing? Alright, let's teleport out of here. Okay, so like I said, we saw 1 set of PKs, and if you didn't notice, you can hide on the north side of the rocks. Like if you just stay on the north side of the rocks, then the PKs have to come all the way north and east of the rock to be able to attack you. So if you stay on like the north side of the rocks, then you should have plenty of time to see them and use your roll seed pod. So the one time I did see the PKs, I got away. So this shield and this imp box never got used ever. So I thought there'd be no one here because like everyone's at Revenant Caves. That's why I wanted to do this video. At 10 hours, so let's see how many trips we did. 19 trips it looks like. We used 19 of these cemetery teleports. Let me go decant some potions, then we'll go look at the cost. We used a hefty amount of prep potions. So this is all the very minor cost we have here. You'll notice I don't have any out runes here. That is because the Aviansies dropped a whole load of nature runes that we'll look in a second, so I didn't use any. And also when I was outing, I only outed the first few trips, because after that you could fit all of the rune daggers and stuff you got into your loot bag. And I only got 1 ecumenical key, which I'm like really sad about, because I thought I would get like loads of them, which of course would boost the GP an hour by quite a bit if I got 2 an hour, because that's an extra 100k or so an hour. Anyway, so this is all the ether I used from my bow, 1.5, or we'll go by the Earth Buddy price because it's slightly more accurate. And I've been hit by a chicken. And this Koala one and this restore, I misclicked on those. I didn't mean to eat them, but accidentally ate them. Same with these anglerfish. I didn't really need to eat them. I was just making space. Then range pots, the cemetery teleports, prayer pots. Oh wait, I forgot my house teleports. So bam, our cost is 3558. We'll go by the Earth Buddy price because Ether is a bit up and down with its price. So the cost 358927. All right, let's throw this in the back. Now let's have a little look see at this loot tab. Now, I was being very cheeky and peeky into my loot bag after every trip, and I have a rough idea what it is. It's not amazing, but it's like very decent, so let's have a look. Also, fun fact, I didn't alch these because I was lazy, but if you actually look, it's actually profit to alch these by like a few GP, because nature runes are like 200 GP each. So they're 4, 5, 10 plus 200, 4, 7, 10, 90 GP profit. So buy your rune dagger, poison pluses. So yeah, all these nature runes, didn't use any of them because all of the alchs that I did use came straight from my explorer's ring, and also all these runes I gave all of my excess runes to my defense tank. So I started with 0 with all my runes. I only got 2 of those diamonds. I already had 11 in my bank. Don't worry, I kept track of that. Right, 3 loop half keys, no too fast. We didn't get a Dunderable Walk. I was just using that to protect myself. Some sold Avians heads, and while you're looking at these Aviansie heads, the Another perk of killing Aviansies in the God Wars dungeon, Wilderness God Wars dungeon, is these heads have a 1 in 20 chance of being dropped, whereas in the normal God Wars dungeon, they're 1 in 35, so you get these a lot more frequently in the Wilderness God Wars dungeon. Anyway, now this is all the profit. I'm sort of scared because I'm hoping it's like above 10 mil at least, but we'll see. Oh. Yeah, okay. Oh man, it's not that good. I thought it was gonna be proper good. Damn it. The cost was 2.5 mil, so we've made like 750k an hour with a 300 mil bow. That's awful. Oh, it's like decent for med levels, I guess. And it's like semi-safe there. I never got killed. But if you did get killed there, then you're in for a fun time because like it's not even that good money with not getting killed. Okay, alright, let's see. I thought it was 8.5, but we've already got 8.6 and we haven't even withdrawn all this, so I think it's gonna be decent actually. 10 mil? How much over 10 mil? 10.5 mil, so we have 7 mil profit in 10 hours, meaning it's 700k an hour with this bow. Damn it, I thought it was gonna be a lot better than that. I thought it was gonna be like a mil an hour or a mil and a half. 700k an hour, well, I was simply interested because I thought, Aviansies, that was a pretty cool moneymaker back in the day, but I guess that's why it is a moneymaker from back in the day, and not a modern moneymaking method, because it isn't that good, even with the best bow there is, and in max gear. I'm going to be going back to revs now, and also I didn't tell you, I bought this bow for 381 mil like 4 days ago or something. Let me have a look, is it here? It's not here, but I bought it for 381.9 mil, and it's like sort of hovering around 360. Watch it crash to 50 mil now. Yeah, so I hope you found it interesting. I'm sort of disappointed. I'm also disappointed, don't you worry. I expect this to be like a mil, maybe a mil and a half profit now, but it just wasn't. Oh man. Oh. But yeah, 700k profit now. How disappointing. But before we go, I'm just gonna plug it just because I can, and like someone asked me about it earlier this week. So earlier this week, someone PM'd me in my Discord. Make sure you join my Discord if you haven't already. I thought it was really cool. Someone on my Discord the other day PM'd me like, hey, do you have a Patreon? I'd like to contribute that way. And I was like, hey, that's really cool of you. And I've had one for a while, I just never advertised it. So I just thought I'd let you know that I do have a Patreon. My Patreon's name is the same as my RSN and the same as my YouTube name, just Jakeyosaurus. So, and also feel free to suggest Patreon of rewards if you've got any ideas for that, because my rewards at the moment are a bit eh. And yes, hope you enjoyed this very not worth doing video. Don't do it, please. Don't kill Aviansies with this T-bow. I mean, with this crossbow. Just go kill Revenants or like a boss or anything else. Anything is better than this. Oh goodness.